Hello everyone, Hamas28 here, and today we're starting fresh in the world of Reclamation. So as you can see, the world is desolate, full of dried earth and random stone blocks, dead trees, and it's our job to restore life to the verdant world. Well, it's not verdant anymore. Once verdant would be the correct term. Let's see, we have a couple quest books, documentation for Ars Nouveau, the Apiarist Field Guide, and our quest book. Let's see, so, I've used Ars Nouveau before, but not too much. Apiary. Okay, this is for bees. I've never used that. Let's take a look at the first quest. What happened here? You wake up in a vast, dead, and dried out wasteland. You don't remember how you got here, but you do remember what the world should look like, and this isn't it. Welcome to Reclamation, a slower-paced pack focused around bringing life and nature back to a dead world. Press F3 and H to disable the advanced tooltips if they're on. Spider string can be crafted into wool, which can be crafted into beds. You can also craft a sleeping bag for staying cozy on the go, but where would you be going? The naturally spawning mobs have changed in this new landscape. Specifically, zombie villagers and witches won't spawn, and spiders have mutated into their venomous cave versions. This means that there's no way to get any kind of resources from witches or zombie villagers, even if you could cure them. The only things that you could really hope to get are iron or copper ingots from rare drops, but there are other ways to generate resources. Many recipes have been changed in this pack. Make sure you check your recipe browser for crafting recipes. By default, the keybinds when hovering over an item are R to look up recipes, and U to look up uses. So many people in the comments will tell me about these keybinds, and I always forget them. A lot of the pack consists of passive processes you'll probably want to keep running while you do other things. You can claim chunks to force load them using your map, ensuring they'll stay loaded even when you're not nearby. Just open your map and right-click to drag over the area you'd like to claim, right-click drag again to force claim. There are quite a few books in the pack. Thankfully, the Akashic Tome is here to help. Crafting any book with this will combine it, letting you keep every single guidebook in a single item. Okay, pretty useful. I always like when they include the tome, because it makes it very easy to keep track of all the books. You don't have to have like books scattered throughout a bunch of chests. World Gen has been completely overhauled. No ore generates, and the only biomes that exist are dead wasteland biomes with no real vegetation. Additionally, the only trees that spawn are dead trees with very little usability. Stone variants still generate, and you can find sand and clay underwater. It will also rain. Despite the seeming apocalypse, there are still fish to find and eat for those with skill and desire. Where's the ore? No ore generates in this world. Recipes have changed. Those who came before you have completely mined out the entire planet. After centuries of strip mining, quarrying, and general exploitation, there's not so much as a measly scrap of coal in the world, so there's no point trying to find any type of ore by mining. Dead trees. Wood is plentiful, if not exactly the quality you remember. Dead logs, flimsy planks, so they'd want us to make charcoal. There are ruins around with small bits of copper completely oxidized from whatever happened. You might be able to craft something to help you out with the copper, but first you'll have to get it into a usable state. Alright, first things first. Let's use our Akashic Tomb to store everything. Luckily it's that simple. Then you just have to hold a single tome. Huh, why didn't that one go in? There we go. Then we can get fish later, but you start the same way in every playthrough. Mining trees. Alright, done. Now it did say that there is some copper lying around, which is probably those green blocks as you could see over there. Scrap wood. Let's see. You need 4 scrap wood to make flimsy planks. You can automatically pack it. Okay. Interesting. So from a dead log you can only get 1 flimsy plank. Gives us some charcoal. Bees. Despite the harsh conditions, bees still persist dotted amongst the dry hills. Cultivating them could be a great way to generate resources such as more dead logs. Usable copper, oxidized copper. Let's see. How do you want me? You just have to right click this, right? Yeah, you should just right click it with the axe. Let's see. Guess there's some more logs. So it's essentially 1 log equals 1 plank, which isn't the greatest. Let's see, I don't see any bees nearby. Or is that a bee over there? It doesn't look like it. So we're just gonna have to harvest some more trees. And let's see, on the mini-map I see life over there. Could be a bee. What's that? There's something. Alright, we gathered a lot more wood. Let's see, does it have any other use? You can make fine wood by combining it with honeycomb. You can cook it directly into charcoal. You can burn it into ash. And then there's other stuff here by the looks of it. Let's see. Campfires. Okay, so you could still use it pretty much as a log. Oh, why is it? There we go. It's just very inefficient to turn it into planks. Now let's see. I want to get access to some of this copper over here. So we're probably going to have to make a crafting table and a wooden pickaxe. We get some of the stone as well. At least I think that's stone. Yeah, this is stone. Okay. At least a crafting table is still a crafting table. 4 sticks. Perfect. That's our pickaxe. We're going to need 3 more for an axe, and then 2 more for a sword. Perfect. Okay, we're going to need some more sticks. Should be enough. So we need 1 sword. That's not a sword. 1 sword. 1 pickaxe. And 1 axe. And, oh, that's why it said to turn off the... Let's see, how did it say to turn off the advanced tooltips? How do I craft things? Where was the one about advanced tooltips? Oh, F3 and H. Oh, that's shown. Okay. I thought that would hide the all the crafting tables that pop up. I don't need to be told every single time I get a new item. So let's see, we should be able to right click this and to cut copper. And what does it want us to do with this? Oh, it wants us to get the oxidized. Let's see, let's find one more. This one over here. We also need to look for some bees. How we're going to use them to make trees, I'm not sure. And how bees have survived this whole time, I'm not sure either. There we go, quest done. To cooked cod. Usable copper. After you scrape off the rust with an axe, you think you can use a cutting board to get usable copper out of the oxidized copper you find in ruins. This usable copper will be crucial for spagyrics, the process of decomposing and recombining matter, which should let you rejuvenate the dried earth into dirt. You can also use the cutting board to get more charcoal and scrap wood out of dead logs. Ah, it's one of those packs. One of those packs that's going to make every single It's a beehive. Are there any bees inside? It doesn't say there's any bees in here, but it does emit light, which is useful. Oh, so I guess that's a good way to see bees, because there's light coming over there. That's probably another beehive. So let's see. Can I do that in here? No, I have to place it. You need at least stone for this. So let's start building near this beehive, because it's the source of light. Now let's see, we're going to need a cutting board. View recipe tree set as default recipe. How does it not have the... That's annoying. It won't let me do it there unless, let's see, I should be able to still click A on it, right? Yeah, okay. Cutting board. Okay, now everyone was saying that in order to make it faster, let's see, where's the cutting board recipe? And then use a pickaxe. that to make it faster, you put this in your offhand, and you hold this in your right hand. My god, that is so much faster. This entire time I've wasted hours upon hours doing that manually. See, there's a skeleton over there and a zombie. They said there's really no point in farming the drops, and also I'm going to turn down the block effect here. Is it blocks? Let's see. Well, it's really loud every time I step. No, it's not that one. How do I turn that down? Is it ambient environment? No. What option is that? Might be the player noise. Let's see. Okay, it is the player noise. That's a lot better. It was extremely loud every time I stepped. And we're being besieged already. We are gonna have to kill some spiders in order to get string. But poisonous spiders are the most deadly variant of spiders. Let's see, can I make a copper sword and copper armor? That'd be useful. Let's see if we can get some more string here. Let's see, how do you make the bedroll? Let's see. 3 wool. Okay, that's useful. So we just need to kill a bunch of spiders to get the string. That's why I hate fighting spiders. Hey, an enderman! That means the end is still alive. Oh. The other worst enemy you can encounter, little zombies. Let's see, are there any other spiders nearby? Because we have enough for 1. We need 3 more. Let's see, there's some copper. Let's eat the cod. Another zombie. I need the spider. Like if they, well actually they do have the rare drop. And that's 3 skeletons, I'm not messing with that. Let's walk around this way, see if we can find some spiders, so we can get enough wool to make our bedroll. Okay, we got one here, come here. Oh cool, must be a rare drop. Only 1 string off of that guy though. See creepers. Everything's spawning. Be easier to wait until nightfall. I mean, day comes. That way most of the other stuff burns. See, definitely not fighting an enderman. See, spiders please. Skeletons, not what I want to see. Well, as you can see from our experience, we did not survive the night. I got killed by a skeleton. But we only need 3 more string to make our bedroll. So hopefully we get some more lucky spawns tonight. It was a little bit annoying. Seems like since everything spawns at the same time, getting more spiders to spawn isn't the easiest. But for right now, we'll just keep it moving. The nighttime is quite dangerous, especially since the zombies don't burn, since they are husks. Husks don't burn during the day. Usable copper, the Hermetica, a treatise on the ancient art of alchemy, the in-game guide for 3rd G. Ooh, fancy. The following pages will lead the novice alchemist on their journey through the noble art of the transformation of matter and mind. This humble author will share their experiences, thoughts, and research notes to guide the valued reader in a safe manner as the subject matter allows. If the reader finds themselves in any kind of trouble, consult the Cleeklee's Discord server. The Art of Alchemy. Welcome, dear reader, to 3rd G, a mod that explores the ancient and revered art of classical alchemy. As you embark on your journey through the noble art of transformation, you'll be equipped with divination rods to make finding resources in the world easier. Through diligent study and practice, you will then learn to use alchemical devices to refine, replicate, transform resources into new and useful materials. Along the way, you will have the opportunity to craft alchemical devices and equipment to aid you in your endeavors. As a final note, alchemists are guided by reason and logic, not superstition or magic. Our experiments are based on careful observation, meticulous record-keeping, and rigorous testing. We do not claim to possess supernatural powers, but rather seek to harness the natural forces of the world around us to achieve our goals. Divination rods to find ores, ore refining, item transformation. Well, there are no ores to find. Here we go. Spagyrix is derived from the Greek word to separate and reunite. As such, it's the process of separating, purifying, and recombining the three principles or elements of matter: alchemical salt, sulfur, and mercury. The inquisitive mind may ask, why would one want to do that? The answer lies in the promise of total control over all aspects of matter, including the ability to create any type of matter from any other type, or more concisely, get more use out of your materials. The three principles: alchemical salt, alchemical sulfur, alchemical mercury, yada yada, ore refining. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of reading. Let's see here. Flimsy door. You can make a quick and dirty door using the scrap wood and some copper you found, but it seems pretty shoddy, breaking every so often and needing to be replaced. Copper and door. And flimsy planks. Let's see. It said you can get more planks per plank by using the cutting board. And it definitely seems like it. This is a lot of stuff. Cool. More efficient. Don't really need to make a door, I just need a lot of torches. The sal ammoniac tank. In the contaminated water you have found trace elements of sal ammoniac, a crucial ingredient in the practice of theurgy. By setting up a simple accumulator and tank, you think you'll be able to distill it. Place the accumulator on top of the tank, fill it with water, and it will slowly produce sal ammoniac. Tip: you can make buckets out of copper. So let's see, sal ammoniac takes 3 copper, some stone, and wooden rods, so not sticks. And then the accumulator is the same. So we're going to need a furnace. We're also going to need some water, which means we're going to have to go to this river down here. And I wonder how we use the bee nest, because we haven't seen any bees in there. Let's head towards the water source. And we'll go right in. Alright, I went ahead and got some more cobblestone so we can make a furnace. And we need stone, right? So we need 4 and 3, so we need 7. Let's just do a whole stack of 8. Cook that up. Now let's see. Now it said you can make buckets out of copper. And it looks like it takes 3 copper ingot and Chemonite blend, which is 4 clay and something that smelts to glass. So sand ore. I forget what other type of sand that is. So that means we're going to have to go into the river, see if we can find some clay to make a bucket. And then for this machine, let's see, by setting up an accumulator, place the accumulator on top of the tank, fill it with water, and it will produce sal ammoniac. Alright, well, let's head on down to the water, see if we can't. What time of day is it? About noon. See if we can find some clay. We're going to need a shovel. Can I make copper tools? Is that a thing in this pack? It is not. Okay, shovel. And let's get some clay. Although, wait, no, I need the clay to make the buckets, and then I can bring the water up here and then make the infinite water source. Yep, that's what we gotta do. Then we can also spend some time fishing, because running around is going to make us very hungry, and we're going to run out of food quite fast. We only got 2 more bread. Let's see, maybe we can find some more copper down here. There's one way over there. There's some clay. Ow. Luckily it's easy to see against all this dried earth. And it said it was clay and sand. I don't see any sand. Let's see. Where's the sand at? Am I supposed to craft the sand? Sandstone. Smooth sandstone. Cut sandstone. Where's the good old... There we go. Sand. Nope. Seems like we just have to find sand somewhere. Let's see. Dead forest. That looks like a little bit of sand over here. Not seeing sand. It looks like there's a little bit spread out. Like some over here. Why is sand? Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom of the river. Hidden. Oh. Okay, that just caused the entire riverbed to fall down. Okay, and I think this is enough sand. Don't want to drown in this water. It looks disgusting. Looks like a really big cave there too. Interesting. And let's see, we came from this way, right? It's annoying, since the compass rotates with me, it kind of makes me lose my bearings. Yeah, like we were over here, right? I think so. We definitely jumped off of this cliff. So let's head back up. We're gonna collect some of the sand, the dirt. Probably need it for later. And let's see, where was it? I think it was over this hill. Ah, there we are. Enderman is still off in the distance doing something. Let's see, should I make some torches? We only have a little bit of charcoal. Let's see. You do get 4. We'll use half to make some torches. That way I can put some light on the outskirts here. Hopefully it should stop some of the stray zombies from showing up. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should help for the most part. Keep the spawns a little further out. Grab our stone. Now let's see. We want to make the Camonite blend, like so. Then we want 2 buckets. So we can make an infinite water source. We want to make a chest, so we can store a lot of this stuff. Like this stuff, the gunpowder, the spider eye, the bone, the arrow, the stone brick, some of that dried earth, definitely a lot of this clay. Now let's see, if we're going to need to get that water, it is a little dangerous, but if there's spiders, that could get us a little bit more string so we can finish off our bedroll. Let's head back down, get the water. Oh, I could probably set a waypoint. Great, waypoint. Home. That way we never lose it. Let's see, zombie. Also probably gonna have to fish through the night as well, so we can get some food. Could make a campfire, that way we can cook the food without having to waste any charcoal in the furnace. Enderman. A whole platoon. Another zombie. Why do they so many have swords? Bunch of skeletons and zombies. Where are the spiders? Everything else is spawning except the ones I want. Yeah, they're falling pretty far. Let's collect some of this water. Let's see, skeletons. Why do you have... Is that netherite? Excuse me. So you could probably bait them to the lava. That will work. Huh. Quite annoying at night. Especially with these spawns. This is all the resources were supposed to be used, so why is this guy in full netherite armor? You can't explain that. Alright, well this is going to be a little annoying. I'll just cut to back when it's daytime. Alright, this... Okay. Weird. Sun is rising. I got our water buckets. Did a little bit of fishing, and I made eye contact. Whoops. Did not mean to make eye contact. That's completely on me. You know, it's funny. Because Endermen are so docile most of the time, I completely forget how lethal they can be, especially when you have no armor. Anyways, as I was saying, I did a little bit of fishing, so we had a little bit of cod. Chopped down a few more logs so we can make a campfire, so we can cook the fish. But I still haven't seen many spiders. It seems like most of the spawn is just plagued by zombies. Not sure why. But regardless, we should have enough string pretty soon. Just gotta get a little more luck on our side. I think we only have to kill about 2 more spiders. Let's see, there's our body. Looks like the Enderman has left. That's good. Thank you. There goes our XP. Let's make a campfire. Campfire is 1, 2, 3 charcoal and then sticks, right? Yep. We also got some other stuff. Shrimp and clam. Can I cook this? You cannot. Let's see, what do you use this for? With 3 and a frying pan, you can make some deep fried shrimp. That's pretty cool. Some fish stew, so I'll save those for later. Definitely can't eat the puffer fish. Run flesh, other stuff as well. That'll be done in 15 seconds. So let's see, let's use our water buckets here. And dig out a little watering hole. Now this water is disgusting, absolutely turpid. But now we can make some of our items. Now let's see, what is a wooden rod? Oh, it's a stick. Okay, that's weird. Thought it was completely different. So we have our... That said 4 stone, right? There we go. And there we go. Oh, that's because it's automatically filling it out. Okay, interesting. Quest completed. 2 sal ammoniac crystals and some XP. So place the accumulator on top of the tank. And then fill with water. And it looks like it can hold 10 buckets. And then it fills with a third, well actually not a third, it would actually be a little bit more. Huh. I guess it's 1 bucket to 1 millibucket of sal ammoniac. Interesting. Grab our fish. So we're definitely going to want some way to automatically fill this up. Otherwise that's going to be a lot of manual work. Let's see. Alchemical sulfur is one of the 3 building blocks of alchemy. It provides the soul of an item and represents what specific item it is. To obtain it, you have to make a liquefaction cauldron and place it on top of a pyromantic brazier. Place the item you want to extract sulfur from into the cauldron, fill it with sal ammoniac, give the brazier some fuel, and it'll slowly convert materials into their respective alchemical sulfur. The dried earth you find yourself surrounded by used to be dirt, and it remembers that. Use the cauldron to turn the dried earth into dirt sulfur. Let's see, so remember this one. Remember this one. And then that's the alchemical sulfur dirt. So let's see, can we craft these right now? We're going to need more stone. And let's see, that's more stone as well. Also a bucket, so it's a good thing we have more of this stuff. We can make some more buckets. Although I guess I'll hold off on doing that for now. Let's see, how do I turn down I think it's blocks, let's see. Is it blocks? Okay, it is. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Everything in this pack is extremely loud. Or maybe the other packs were just very quiet. And okay, so it seems like it is a 1 bucket to a 1/10 of a bucket ratio. So let's continue filling this guy up. So it seems like this will be used for everything, and it'll be easier to do if I could just move it a bucket at a time until there's some kind of sal ammoniac crystal, sal ammoniac tank. Interesting. And then alchemical salt is one of the 3 building blocks of alchemy. It provides the body of an item. To obtain it, you'll have to make a calcination oven and place it on top of a pyromantic brazier. Place the items you want to extract into the oven. Block of copper, more stone. So everything right now is taking stone and copper. So I might as well finish cooking up this stone as well. Grab this. Make you and the cauldron. And then it said you need to put this on top of that, like so. Place it on top of the brazier. Place the item you want to extract into the cauldron and fill it with sal ammoniac. So we take our dirt, our reclaimed earth. Let's see. I need to build like a little walkway on the side here. Oh, that broke. I don't like that. Okay, we'll keep it like that. So it said you place it in here. You fill it with your sal ammoniac. And then we have to light this bad boy. Oh, I did not want to put all of it. Let's see. 1 bucket of sal ammoniac, 4 dried earth. Now it's cooking it into alchemical sulfur, and looks like it only takes 10 millibuckets to do so. So it's pretty efficient. And it gives us some more. So now we have our alchemical sulfur dirt. But we'll need an incubator, and that's leading to this stuff as well. Let's grab this stone. We need a calcination oven. So we need a block of copper. And let's see, calcination oven. Oh, it saves it right here. Dude, that's very good. Calcination oven. And this has to go on top of the brazier as well, which means we need more copper. Which means I must go and harvest some more copper. So I'll be right back once we harvest some more. Alright, so I'm back with some more copper. I went around like the perimeter of the outskirts and only found another 6. Seems like there's one over there, so I might head out, but seems like it is quite rare. Luckily you do get a good amount per, so from 6 we yield 50 copper blocks. Let's grab our fish. I went fishing last night. I tried to get some more string. As you can see, we're 1 string away, but we're not getting lucky. Let's see, what was I doing? Ah, the alchemical salt. So we need to put this over the brazier as well. And let's see, we'll put this one right here. Calcination oven. Ooh, fancy. And for this one, make the oven, place it on top. Place the items you want to extract into the oven, give it some fuel, and it'll convert them into alchemical salt. Alchemical salt, from strata. So it wants us to put clay or gravel. Okay, we have a bunch of clay. Put that in here. Cook this stuff up. Then next we're going to need alchemical mercury, which is one of the 3 building blocks. Slicing fish is a more efficient way of getting mercury. Why would that be? Raw pork chop, diamond, bread, raw fishes. But why would slicing fish do that? Is there a sliced fish recipe? Cooked fish yields more. Slicing fish. Why does slicing fish give you more? Okay, anyways, the Mercury distiller is going to take more copper and some more stone. Looks like we have just enough. And then we're going to need another brazier for this, right? Because it all has to go under Oh, they even have the picture right here. Yeah, so we're going to need some more stone. Need to build like a little, whatchamacallit. Let's see, is this a cave? Oh, that was close. Almost looked at that guy. Let's see, there should be a cave over here. And then I believe you can actually break down these blocks into the Mercury as well. Let's see, where's that cave I went to before? I think it was around here somewhere. I could have swore it was right here. Anyways, we're gonna need to get, let's see, how much coal do we have? Only 3. Luckily, breaking the dead log sometimes yields 1 charcoal, making it a little more efficient. Let's see, let's just go into this cave right here, grab some more charcoal. Head on down here. We can also collect this dried earth in order to make some more of our alchemical sulfur for dirt. Let's see, there must be a better way to get cobblestone in the future. There has to be. Okay, 1 in here, 1 in there. Let's see, can I use the dead logs to make charcoal? You can. Okay, so after I cook this, I'll make some more charcoal. We'll store some of this stuff in here, like that stuff. You can put some more of the dried earth into this guy, so we can make the regular dirt. Let's see, I wonder if it's 1 charcoal for 8. So I put 12 in there, so let's see. That makes our alchemical salt. Quest completed. Now we just need to make the mercury, and I believe you can make it out of the stone bricks. I think I saw that before. Yeah, here we go. So 10 stone bricks equals 1 mercury shard. So, of these little remnants that are stacked around, we can harvest those, and for every 10 we get, gets us another mercury, which is pretty useful. It seems like you can also break down food items as well. But since these don't stack, I wonder how that works. Like, can I put 10 of these into there at the same time, or does it have to be 10 stone bricks completely and then 10 stone moss and that kind of thing? Hard to say. But they are pretty plentiful and all around, and I don't want to waste food doing this, so I might as well collect these. Oh, here's that cave I was at. See, there's one over there. We're just going to collect enough to get 10 of one of them that we can make our mercury. Otherwise, we're going to have to go fishing for quite a long time to convert the fish into mercury. And then the slabs can be turned into blocks, I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's our stone bricks, ready to turn that into mercury. Grab our stone, make 1 more brazier, and we'll put this guy over here. Actually, do I need the space? And they have a little space here, so I'll put a space. Mercury distiller. Put the blocks in here, and cook it off. Let's see, we put 10. Ooh. Starts flying. That's pretty cool. I wonder if the other ones had an animation that I just didn't see. And we're gonna cook this stuff off. Let's see, that's half. Okay, that'll cook 1, and then I can use that to cook the rest. And it converted it into 1 mercury shard, and it looks like it's still going. Okay, quest completed. Alchemical mercury. Done. Rarer materials give more mercury, but to start you'll probably want to distill cobblestone, dried earth, or cooked fish. Incubator. Now that you have all 3 components of an item, mercury, salt, and sulfur, you can make an incubator to combine them all back into an item, in this case back into dirt. Place the incubator above a brazier and attach all 3 vessels to the side of it. Fill each vessel with the appropriate item, give the brazier some fuel, and in a bit you'll have fresh dirt. So you need an incubator, a incubator salt vessel, incubator sulfur vessel, and incubator mercury vessel. planks, more stone. See, luckily we have a bit more stone. They all say incubator in the name, so I should be able to find it here. Incubator. Oh, there we go. And I'll move this stuff. We will need one more brazier. And then I'll put it, let's see. I'll put it on this corner. So one more brazier. You need a brazier, right? That's what it said. Yeah, above a brazier. And we'll put a bit more room on this one because it takes 3 machines. We need more stone. Alright, so while that's cooking off, I'm going to go get some more stone, so I'll be back in a second. And we're back at night, starting to set, starting to fall. But we do have some stone cooking, so let's make our incubator. We'll put this guy right here. Followed by our incubator Mercury vessel and our incubator salt vessel. And lastly, we're missing 2 stone. Sulfur vessel, 1, and we're going to have 2 right now. And the incubator salt vessel. Now it said you just have to place all 3 on the sides of it. Attach all 3 vessels to the side. Let's see. Does it have 3 specific slots? No, they don't look color-coded. Well, this one has a different color. Maybe that's output. Let's see. Put that one here. That one here. And here. And I see a spider. I saw a spider. Is there a second ago? But the spider's despawning really fast. Is that why I don't see a lot of them? I was hoping I could kill it for the last piece of string I needed. Oh well. Fill each vessel of the appropriate item. Give the brazier some fuel, and in a bit you'll have fresh dirt. Okay, so we start with the charcoal, dirt, salt. So the salt vessel gets the salt. The sulfur vessel gets the sulfur. And the mercury vessel gets the mercury. Then we cook this guy. Did not mean to put all of that. And now it said it will turn it into dirt, slightly browner. You've done it. You've made dirt. Now you just need something to grow on it. And it's converting it. Looks like it uses it up and then it pops up later. Now we have 8 dirt blocks, which means maybe we can start growing some food. Oh, there's a spider. Perfect. There's 3 spiders. Aha. String. Bed. Sleepy time sadness. Husk in our house. Well, we're outside, so he's really just walking around. But finally, we can sleep through the night. That's a lot safer. Husks don't burn in the light, which is why it's very annoying. The spiders are still over there, but that's fine. They're not harming anyone. As long as they stay over there, not over here. But now we have it. Dirt, slightly browner, which should unlock... Oh, and that's done too. It should unlock the next chapter. Oh, we could make a door as well. Just to fully finish off this chapter and everything in it. But if the door's gonna break, I don't really see the point. Chapter completed. Prologue. And we'll put the door right here. Okay, that's funny. Probably should get rid of this spider. I don't want it walking into my house when the sun sets. And who knows, maybe we'll need the spider eye for something. Now that's complete. Given my experience, a whiff of normal. Now that you have dirt, your next step is to turn it into grass so you can start bringing a little bit of green into the world. Seeds, other stuff. But we finished the prologue. in the first episode, so I think that's good enough for now. Next time, we're going to start delving into some of the other stuff, like the resource generation here. As you can see, oh wow. It actually, interesting. So all of this stuff here was not showing before, but now that I completed the prologue, it's showing. Before, it only showed the bee stuff. Because this is how we're going to get a lot of our free resources through bee automation. So in the next episode, I wanted to start that up. That way we can start automatically generating a lot of stuff, starting with the reclaimed bees. But anyways, I'm your host, Hamas28, and I'll see you guys next time.